Yo, what is up guys, AA Lightning here back with another video, and in today's video we are going to be discussing, based on the title of the video and the poster you now see. And speaking of that poster, that is one crispy poster. He is looking mad fresh. But based on the title video and the poster you see, we're going to be discussing Salaar. Now, I've already booked my tickets for Thursday, and I'm gonna go see the movie in Telugu, so I won't be seeing it in Tamil because I don't know if you guys know this, but you always have to watch the movie in the language it was made in. You have to watch it in the original language. It gives a different type of feel. But I'm going to be watching it with all the Telugu die-hard Prabhas fans, so hopefully they make some noise when the man enters the screen, because I live in the United States, and let's just say the noise in the theater is lacking. They need to step their game up. But hopefully they can impress me and we can have a good time at the theater. But why am I here today? Well, I wanted to discuss the expectations I have for Salaar and the expectations I have for Prabhas. Now, speaking about Prabhas, since Bahubali 2, which was in 2017, so it's a 6-year gap, he hasn't had a good film. And if you're a Prabhas fan and you look at this objectively, no bias whatsoever, the last 3 films have been trash. Like, straight up, they've been garbage. Saho, you could make an exception if you're a really diehard Prabhas fan and you somehow managed to like it. Good for you. The other 2 films, horrendous. Now, if you look at public review, all 3 of those films did not have a good public review. If you look at the critics, they did not have a good response among the critics. And if you look at box office, all 3 of those films were a flop. With the exception of Saho, I think that film may have broken even, but they weren't any financial masterpiece. They weren't doing nothing at the box office. And in comes Salaar. And not only is this going to be a comeback film for Prabhas because of Prashant Neil, who's did a wonderful job in KGF 1 and 2. Now, hold up, I might get some hate for this one. I didn't enjoy KGF 2 as much as I liked 1, but, that's just my opinion. But regardless, both those films were good films. They were received well publicly. I don't think they were received too well critically, but then again, I don't think these directors make movies for the critics. They make it for the audience, and if the audience likes it, there comes the money. And both those films did well financially. And this kind of... It doesn't have the same story as KGF, obviously, but the theme of the movie, it feels very similar to KGF. Based off the 2 trailers we watched, like it kind of feels like they use the same sets and designs as they did in KGF. And it seems like it has a different spin to it. It feels like it's more violent than KGF. And talking about violence, recently in Indian cinema, violence has been through the roof. And so, I don't know if it's just a high demand for it or what, but these just these things put together, and the already hype surrounding this film would tell you this is going to be a box office success. But from what I saw in the 2 trailers, the way, just the fury in Prabhas, man, I don't think I ever get that hyped for a movie star that like I'm not a huge fan of Prabhas personally, maybe because I haven't watched that many of his films, but those 2 trailers got me so hyped. And so we booked the tickets first day, not first show. But it's gonna be jam packed with all the diehard Prabhas fans, and it's a 2-part film. And obviously, the story it's gonna be a very linear story. I don't think it's gonna be it's definitely not gonna be some Christopher Nolan storytelling masterpiece. But I think that's fine, as long as we get what we came for. We get the action. We're gonna get that beat, like in your face action, and maybe it'll be a little too much, but hey, who knows? We're going to get that in-your-face action. The BGM from the trailers was wonderful. And it was wonderful in KGF 2. And that was kind of what... I think the BGM just brings the movie together. So if the BGM is good, the action is good, the emotion is good, the acting is good, and the storytelling is good, even if it's linear, it's fine. these are the recipes for a successful movie. And Salaar, just based on the trailer, it has all those elements, and it seems like it has some more that we haven't seen from the trailers. Now, hopefully, there's maybe some plot twists, because maybe a too linear story might not go well among fans. But I have high hopes for this film. It's definitely going to do extremely well opening day, but it's the fan reception that matters. And based off the reception we've seen from the trailers, and if they can kind of emulate what they did in KGF with a different spin to it, I think this movie will be extremely successful. I'm extremely excited to go see how it does. And I'll see you guys in the next one.